I am Rajeswary. I am now going to read 120 words. Already I have so many speed uploaded in this my YouTube channel. So you all practice all the dictations and translate into English also. Okay, we can start. It is indeed a great honor and privilege to have the Prime Minister in our midst today to inaugurate the South Zone on Conference of the Backward Classes, Scheduled Castes, Scheduled Tribes and Minorities. Her visits to our state have been memorable events in our calendar. We always draw inspiration from her words and the example she has set, an example of sagacity and fortitude in shouldering her heavy responsibilities, shaping the destiny of India. Today is a great day for the weaker sections, the minorities, scheduled castes, and scheduled tribes. Your presence has given these new hope. They knew that under your stewardship, they can hope to get social justice, which is the basis of democratic socialism. We recall your staring words in July 1969, when in the very glass house you reminded us that Mahatma Gandhi has lived and died for the cause of the minorities and the downtrodden. Addressing a meeting next day, you said, "We are on the side of the poor and the present conflict of interest in the country's development program. Vested interests are opposing the Congress party's alignment with the poor. They do not like to be disturbed, but we are light fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. It is intended to involve all the people in the present development struggle, but the government will not follow the example of countries which try to eliminate the class of people opposed to them. We must take all the people along with us." Next day, again reaffirming the party's commitment to social justice, you said, "The struggle between the strong and the weak has become deeper ever since the party adopted the principle of socialism. The vast majority of the people belong to these weaker sections, and the party cannot afford to ignore the strength of the weak, as otherwise it will go the way the elephant did in the quicksands." You added, "The Congress had and emerged as the People's Party, naming and protecting the interests of the poorest, the weakest, and the most suppressed sections of the society." Madam Prime Minister, these words of your are a source of inspiration to us and will fortify us in our determination to secure justice for the have-nots. The problems facing the weaker sections are many and complex, deriving from historic roots that go back to thousands of years of Indian history. But this is not to say that fundamental structure changes cannot be brought about by conscious action. We are a society on the march, and we have adopted a constitution that enjoins on us the duty and the obligation to create a healthy social order which secure for all our citizens equality of status and of opportunity. We have already made some progress in that direction, but much remains to be done, and the assertion of the legitimate rights by the weaker and more vulnerable sections of Indian society is a necessary and inevitable feature of the present era of social justice. The presence of large number of delegates from our neighboring southern states, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Andhra Pradesh, representing the weaker sections, lend special significance to this meeting. This is the first such conference to be held, and it is worth noting that they are coming together and a common platform to seek a just allocation of the benefits of planning and development. These weaker sections in our neighboring states have problems peculiar to each state depending on the social matrix, but the foregoing of an identity of interest signifies a new development. I am sure the conference will devote itself to a constructive program facilitating the involvement and active participation of weaker sections of the process of development while seeking their due share of the fruits of planning. The directive principles of state policy enshrined in the Constitution affirm the duty of state to promote the welfare of the people by securing and protecting as effectively as it may a social order in which justice, social, economic, and political shall inform all the institutions of the national life. Article 46 says, the states shall promote with special care the educational and economic interests of the weaker sections of the people, and in particular of the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes, and shall protect them from social injustice and all from exploitation. Delegates from South will, I'm sure, have much to ponder over in concerting a common strategy which will ensuing secretaries will assure them their legitimate share of the progress and prosperity of the nation.